Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive weekend. I'm just chilling at the crib right now, man. I ain't lying to y'all. I'm laying down right now, which is why I don't really got the camera on. You feel what I mean? Shout out to the nation and the mob. We in here for sure. We got some things that we need to discuss currently going on in the boxing world. We had an eventful Saturday night, man. But before we get into that, man, please hit the like button as soon as you come in. This is a really early live from Zuma TV, but regardless, we still gonna get it in. We still gonna talk our talk. You know what I'm saying? And we got some things that we need to discuss. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that's in the building. We got 5 people in the building. Hit the like button as soon as you come in. It is very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about Gervonta Davis's performance against Frank Martin. Frank Martin's performance overall. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna speak about what's next for Gervonta Davis. Besides that, we also gonna speak on Subriel's terrible performance against Liam Paro, laying an egg in Puerto Rico. Man, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. Shout out to my boy Josh Medina. He says, "Happy Father's Day, bro. I appreciate it very much, man. Thank you. This is my second Father's Day. Last year, I think my son was probably only like a week, 2 weeks old. I don't even know if he was a week old when the last Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? But this is my second Father's Day, man, and you know, whoever because Father's Day is a holiday that everybody knows of, but I don't feel like um it's cherished as much as like a Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? There's always that fucking girl that's like, "Oh, I'm a dad too. I'm a dad too." Like, bitch, no, you're not. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? but yeah, man. So shout out to everybody that's actually fathers, man. Put sacrificing, making a lot of sacrifices for their kids and spending time with their kids and being a big impact on their life. You know what I'm saying? Is very much appreciated. You feel what I mean? Um, that's something that they don't forget, man. I still remember shit from when I was 4 or 5 years old that my dad did for me that I'm still grateful for to this day. And I'm 26 years old, man. So, your kids are always watching you. You know what I'm saying? They got nothing but unconditional love for you. And yeah, man. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Shout out to the Browski. He said, "Let's go." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I ain't expecting that many people to be on here today because, like I said, a lot of people are used to me coming on live later on. But we still need to get some content out there because since I've been dealing with, my health problems and stuff like that, I haven't been as consistent as I usually am. You know what I'm saying? I was going to do a live fight reaction to Tank and Frank Martin, but my fucking whatever you call this cold flu, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, has been kicking my ass. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't feel best, so I just decided to rest and just watch the fights while I'm in bed. You feel me? But shout out to Derek Moore. Shout out to the Maestro Loco. He says, "Yo, reporting live from Amazon." I feel you, bro. You out here grinding. I see what you're doing. Happy Father's Day to you too, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I know the sacrifices you make for your little one as well. But yeah, we got 12 people in the building, man. Hit the like button as soon as you come in, man. Hit the like button so we can get the algorithm on the up. You feel what I'm saying? We got 5 likes right now, man. Let's get them up. Let's get them up before we start discussing exactly what's going on with the boxing world. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get to see the fight, unfortunately, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm gonna give you an in-depth breakdown and tell you exactly why this person lost. But I seen Gary Antoine Russell lose to Albert Puello. I saw that he had a split decision loss, and I was like, damn, there was a lot of fucking upsets that happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Because upsets do happen in boxing. You know what I'm saying? You never really know what's gonna happen in boxing. You could be confident in something and then it actually goes the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? Like with Subriel with fucking Liam Paro. But man, boxing is just what I'm trying to say is like sometimes you're very sure. Typically the favorite does win. You know what I'm saying? But this time around it was upsets back to back. You feel what I'm saying? There was actually a lot of upsets this year. I ain't about to sit here a lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna talk about it. Hey, number double O, yo, you brought up. As a matter of fact, let's talk about that first. Yeah, you actually, you you brought up a brilliant topic, man. So I seen that Fight Hype had actually posted the full sparring session between Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. Now I'm gonna just say this. Very ironic that this footage could never be found for years. You know what I'm saying? When Gervonta was with Mayweather Promotions and shit. You know what I'm saying? This video could never be found. It was stashed away somewhere to never be seen again. You know what I'm saying? And when Floyd had his little problems with Devin Haney, all of a sudden part of the clip comes out. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd said he had nothing to do with the posting. Okay, cool. And then I've also heard that Floyd owns Fight Hype. I don't know if that's true. That's just something that I heard before. You know what I'm saying? There might be some truth to it. It might not. But regardless, that's what people say. So now that Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather are having their issues, and this whole time, Floyd was saying that the fight is canceled, and like he was doing everything he can to like really fuck with Gervonta Davis in this Frank Martin fight. Gervonta was talking about how he had that Floyd Mayweather had like team members watching him run, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. And he said that he was giving Frank Martin pointers on how to beat him and shit like that. So this is Floyd for you, man. Floyd is a generational hater, and the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I don't have a single doubt in my mind that Floyd Mayweather was the one that released the full sparring session between Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? This video is well over a decade old. You know what I'm saying? At least 10 years old. 10, 10 more or less years old. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, this video is out here in the open for everybody to see now that Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta had problems. When Floyd and Devin Haney had problems, he specifically edited the version. He specifically edited the sparring footage to look like Gervonta Davis was punching on Dev. Now, when I watched the full sparring session, yeah, Floyd definitely a snake, bro. Like and this is the thing. Like he's showing this side of him, and that he expects people to still want to do business with him. Like I seen Floyd talk about, yeah, man, once like Shakur Stevenson gets out of his top rank deal, hopefully we could work together so I can get him the fights that he's looking for. Bro, why the fuck would Shakur want to deal with you, bro, when he sees how you act with fighters when you get on bad terms with them? Like your whole objective is to try to destroy these fighters inside the ring so they won't come nowhere near you. You know what I'm saying? Like your whole objective is to destroy and destroy somebody who has any type of momentum. You know what I'm saying? Or if they don't kiss your ass, you know what I'm saying? Or if they not moving how the way you want them to move, all of a sudden you on a mission to try to terrorize them, or you know what I mean, just be detrimental to their career. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why he shows that side and still thinks people are gonna want to work with him. Because if I see that, I'm like, damn, what's gonna happen if we get on bad terms? Like you gonna try to find a way to fuck me over? That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Number double O says, just from that Spartan low, you can see Floyd taking advantage from these young fighters. I mean, yeah, yeah. But when I was watching the sparring footage, it looked exactly like how I thought it did. You know what I'm saying? Like at the beginning, Tank had his moments. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney looked like he was in trouble with certain instances. And then, you can see Gervonta Davis was looking for a way out in terms of like, just trying to you could tell he was fatigued. You know what I mean? He wasn't in the best shape. I'm gonna just say that. I remember somebody saying that Tank had just gotten off the plane, you know what I'm saying, and got straight into the sponsors. I think Tank said that himself actually. But I mean, it wasn't like anybody really got their ass whooped or anything like that. To me, it just looked like Devin Haney had the better gas tank. So I mean, Gervonta drowned. You know what I'm saying? Which is why Bill Haney and all them dudes they left with the money at the end of the day. You feel me? So that's pretty much what it is, man. Like it wasn't anything that I thought. You know, I didn't see anybody get knocked out. I didn't see anybody get dropped. I didn't see anybody get like severely brutalized or anything like that. It was a good sparring session, honestly. It was a good competitive back and forth sparring session. If Gervonta was in better shape, who knows what would have happened? You know what I mean? But Devin Haney had his moments. He was able. He was in better shape. He was in better condition, and that's why he was able to walk away with the bread. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, Josh, he definitely he bested Tank. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like Devin just outworked him. He was just in the better. He was in better shape, and Tank was doing everything he can. Like he was bluffing. Like he over there talking to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he's trying to like do like little timeouts and shit. Like Tank just wasn't in shape. You know what I mean? And these things do happen. These things do happen. Like when somebody just gets back in the camp, it'd be hard for a motherfucker to do 4 rounds. They did 18 minutes straight of boxing. So if you really think about it, that's 6 rounds straight with no breaks. You feel what I mean? And I think they did breaks, but they were like minimum breaks, probably like fucking 30 seconds max, and then getting right back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Because with doghouse rules over at Floyd Mayweather gym, for what I heard, uh, like you could do a 8 minute round, then rest. Then you come back out there, you do a 10 minute round, rest. Then you come back out, do a 6 minute round, rest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know, man. It's tough. You know what I mean? A lot of people used to the 3 minute rounds and then the 30 second to 1 minute break. You know what I mean? So when you doing anything outside of it, it could really wear at you. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get the likes up, man. We got 18 people, 15 likes. Let's get them up. Let's get them up, man. Let's get them up. Pagai, shout out to my boy Pagai. He said you could tell Tank wasn't feeling Devin Power. I mean, yeah, you could tell he definitely wasn't phased. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Tank went to say something to somebody that was ringside, and Dev snuck him. He sucker punched him, just stole him, boom. But y'all in a boxing ring at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's protect yourself at all times. So I'm not really mad at him for it. But that shot should have had an effect on Tank because it was a shot he didn't see. But you could tell Tank really wasn't phased at all. Like Tank was sitting on the ropes, letting Devin punch off, and he's making a miss and all that stuff. And you could tell he really that wasn't the thing that bothered Tank. You know what I mean? It was the conditioning more than anything. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he definitely wasn't phased by the power. But at the end of the day, he still got bested. You feel me? So Marcus, take the best at 135. I mean, boxer film, if we speaking from a technical standpoint, we won't know until all these guys fight each other that got the belts. Because as of right now, it's Tank, Shakur, Loma, and then it's that what the fuck is that guy's name, man? I forgot his name. He just beat Navarrete. Shit. Let me look it up real quick. Dennis Baranchek. You know what I'm saying? So those are the champions that are currently in the 135 division, and that's just how it is, man. Like if you're not undisputed in your weight class, then it's hard for you to make a case that you're number one. Now with me thinking, I think the only problem that really stands in Gervonta Davis's way is Shakur Stevenson. And looking at Gervonta Davis's performance with Frank Martin, I really wasn't impressed at all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I'm sure he got an impressive knockout. He put Frank Martin out. You know what I'm saying? That was the impressive part. But the lead up to it, I thought that Frank Martin was winning the majority of the rounds. I had Frank Martin up until the knockout. You know what I mean? I thought the first 5 rounds, Frank Martin had, got him. And you could tell there was some urgency in Gervonta Davis' corner to actually like pick it up. You know what I'm saying? To let his hands go because he was letting a lot of rounds go. You know what I'm saying? So, like, is he gonna be able to do that with somebody like Shakur, who is defensively responsible? You know what I mean? Y'all could call him a runner. You know what I mean? But he knows how to take. He know how to put his shots out there and then get out of the way. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. Like, if you able to stay away from Gervonta Davis's power, you know what I mean, get and just go through it round by round and pick up rounds, I think Tank could be beat. You know what I'm saying? But once Tank turns it up, are you gonna be able to weather that storm? That's the problem. But Tank does make a drastic mistake with, you know what I'm saying, giving up a lot of the early rounds because there is going to be a situation where Tank loses a lot of these rounds. You know what I mean? And he's just assuming that he's going to put somebody out and that he doesn't put that somebody out. So then it's like now you losing on the cards, or you might have a draw on your record, or whatever the situation is. It's just not going to be a good look, man. But it's Tank the best at 135. He has a strong case for being one of the best. You know what I mean? He's definitely the most popular. But like I said, as long as we got champions like Baranchek, Loma, and Shakur Stevens is still around. I mean, he can't really say he's the best. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking Usyk, he could say he the best. You know what I mean? Crawford, 2 times he said he was the best. Anyway, he could say it. Devin Haney, he could have said it at one point. You know what I mean? Like Josh Taylor and all them, they could have made a case because they had every belt. How could another man say he's the best of the division when there's somebody else in his division has all 4 belts? No, you have to go fight that man and prove it, sir. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to J Cash. What's going on? What's going on? My boy Josh says Tank versus Loma unified. Shakur versus Baranchek unified. An undisputed fight between the winners. That sounds like a beautiful idea. You know what I'm saying? Because Bob Arum seems like for the Tank and Loma unification, seems like Bob Arum is really interested. He's been interested for a long time in that fight, honestly. So he said that they've already been in talks, and that fight might happen at the end of the year. If so, that's dope. I like it. You know what I'm saying? And I got Tank defeating Lomachenko. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think he gonna beat Lomachenko up. I always thought Loma could. I always thought Tank could beat Loma. I just think that him and his team wasn't confident in their abilities to beat him. You know what I'm saying? And then you said Shakur versus Baranchek. Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly who Baranchek is with in terms of like promotion. Let me check real quick. Who is he promoted by? Alexander Krzyzuk. I don't know exactly who that man is at all. That's K2 Promotions. So I'm sure as long as the money's right, you know what I mean. They put him in a good situation. I don't see why Shakur versus Baranchek wouldn't be a good fight. You know what I mean, or a fight that could be made. Rudy G's. Shout out to my boy Rudy G's. He said Super 6 at 135 to 140. Man, that'd be absolutely lit. Absolutely lit. I would love that. Derek, shout out to my boy, the Loco. He said, I was just saying this to my brother. Your conditioner has to be on a million to beat Tank. Frank was doing what he had to do in boxing great till he slowed down and Tank caught up. Yeah, I think it was a lapse in focus on Frank Martin's part as well, man. I just think that um, he didn't stay disciplined defensively. Like there was no reason why those that them knockout blows should have landed. You know what I mean? He was comfortable on the ropes. You know what I mean? And he was low key. I think he was low key sugar tank. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think he was low key sugar tank and very respectful of his power. I mean, which is understandable. Like Tank is one of the hardest punchers in boxing, point blank. Period. So you know what I mean? You definitely gotta have some type of respect because if not, I mean, you might get put on a highlight reel. But yeah, man. Um, your conditioning definitely got to be A1. And another thing is you're gonna have to be willing to go through some type of hell because once Tank turn it up, you know what I mean. It's gonna be hard to stop that shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna be real hard to stop that momentum once he decides to turn it on because he definitely got to switch. He start off real slow. You know what I mean? He just watching you and watching what you come out with, see what you do good, and just picking up on like some of your habits. And then once he decides to hit that switch, it's like it's it's like an unstoppable force in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So who the hell is gonna go up against Shakur that's gonna be able? I mean, Tank that's gonna be able to neutralize that switch. You know what I'm saying? NK True said it was suicide to stay on the ropes. That's a fact. That's a fact. I don't know why he decided to do that. But like I said, I think, I said that Tank was going to knock out Frank Martin in 8 to 9 rounds. You know what I mean? I knew that was going to happen. I actually got that prediction right, even by the round. I should have made a fucking bet. You know what I mean? 'Cause I think it was like 9 to 1 odds on the 8th round stoppage. I could have made some motherfucking money off that shit. But regardless, I already knew that experience was going to play a part in this fight. Frank Martin has never really been in that situation where he's been walked down like that. All of the fights that I've ever seen Frank Martin in, you know what I mean? He's either sitting in the pocket with them or he's walking them down. So you could tell it was an uncomfortable situation. It was a situation he never really been a part of. And I think inexperience really played a part. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he knew how to go about that situation because he's never been there within his career. You feel me? Earl said Tank punch like a horse kick. God damn. I mean, that's what it looked like, man. Tank got Tank got a real gift. You know what I mean? His ability to punch is a true gift, man. That shit, that type of power, you can't teach that. You can't teach power, period. I mean, obviously, like through technique, you can maximize your power, like the power that you have. You can, you can change shit up just a little bit, but that type of power, like that Tank Wilder power, that's some shit that you just was born with. There ain't nothing that you can really do to, you know what I mean? Develop that. That's just something that you got within you. So I see exactly what Earl's saying. Earl got a ranch and shit, so he probably know how to weigh a fucking horse kick. Yeah, I see horse kicks knock people out, break jaws and all. So yeah, that's a good comparison. NK True says you got to show power with Tank. Rolly made Tank get on his bicycle. That's a fact. Yeah. And Tank said that, Frank Martin had like power, but it was nothing really concerning. But Rolly, on the other hand, he said that was the hardest puncher he ever been in the ring with. So, yeah, I think that's a step in the right direction. But even then, it's like Tank is versatile enough. If you a puncher, right, and he knows that like your power is a little bit like too much for him, or you know what I mean, he got to be careful with your power. He got to be more cautious. He's still gonna find a way to hit to land that kill shot on you because Tank could punch going forward and he could punch going backwards. When Rolly was coming to the table all crazy and was getting reckless and trying to throw bombs with Tank caught him with that overhand going backwards against the ropes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be careful with Tank, period, because there's some people that only got power going forward. You know what I mean? There's people that only got power when their feet are planted. It's like it don't matter where the fuck Tank is at. He could be on his bicycle. You know what I mean? He could be in the pocket with you. His feet could be planted. It don't matter. If that fucking left hand drops, it's over. J Cash says Frank cardio dipped after round 6. I think that was around the time that Tank started turning it up. You know what I mean? And maybe, just maybe, you know what I mean? His cardio dipped because he's not used to being on the back foot all like that. And then that's another thing. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I didn't see what I saw. Maybe his cardio dipped after round 6 because of that bad weight cut he had. Like we go act like he ain't look how he looked on the scale, man. That boy looked terrible. And I think they made that late weigh in strategically. Like just being experienced in the pros and knowing how shit go. I think they did that late weigh in strategically. Because when I watched the weigh in, it was like 3 p.m. uh Eastern Standard Time. And that's pretty late for a weigh-in. You know what I mean? Especially where I forgot. I think they were fighting in Vegas. And it's like, bro, they do early morning weigh-ins there all the time. They do like ceremonial, and then they'll do like a ceremonial weigh-in. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think they did that just to like have Frank Martin sit on that weight cut just a little bit more, so he don't got that much time to rehydrate type shit. You know what I mean? I think that was done strategically. I think that was a psychological, move. I think that was really done to fuck Frank Martin over. Let's see. He said Frank looked like a ghost without the sheet on the scale. Yeah, he looked terrible, man. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. He said Mazuma always hating on Tank. How the fuck I'm hating on Tank? You fucking weirdo. How the fuck I'm hating on Tank when I said he was gonna win in the 8th or ninth round? I picked him. I said that Frank Martin was too inexperienced to deal with Gervonta Davis. And then when I said that, they was like, "Damn, you hating on Frank Martin." But then Leonard Ellaby said the same shit on the stage. They was like, "Oh, you know what, man? Let it right, man. Let it, man. Shut the fuck up, man. Yeah. You can't say nothing about a motherfucker that's like, if you're not swinging from their sack, then you a hater. Like, fuck out of here. Y'all niggas bugging. NK True says the thing is, if Frank had the power, Tank's aggression would have slowed and allowed Frank to continue to box versus being on the ropes. Yeah, maybe he just didn't have the power that really got, Gervonta attention. That's possible. MB26 says, Happy Father's Day. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, my son's birthday was June 12th, but we had the party yesterday for him. Yeah, Ralph, everything is hating now. You can't say shit about nobody without you being a hater. It's like they just want you to ride. They just want you to swing from somebody's sack the whole time. Don't say nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Don't mention nothing else. Don't say nothing else. If it ain't positive, they don't want to hear it. Like these dudes delusional, bro. This is like the modern boxing fan. You know what I mean? If you say something all positive about a fighter, they like, yeah, man, I really like this channel, man. Yeah, man. You got a new subscriber, man. Yeah. This channel knows what it's talking about. This channel knows boxing. And then you go and say something like, yeah, man, I don't really like how Tank did this. Oh man, you're a hater, man. Oh man, why you hating on my favorite fighter? Who do you think you are? Man, shut your stupid ass up. If you're not in line with their thoughts or agendas, whatever the situation is, then you a hater. Man, get off my dick. How about that? Yeah, they super suspect. Super suspect. But let me see. He said, Mark, how does it feel your first Father's Day as a father? Does stuff change? This is actually my second Father's Day because my son was born a little bit before Father's Day last year. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of things change because you're not living for yourself no more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you living for yourself and it's just you and your girl, blah, blah, blah. You got a whole nother person that, depends on you. So, you got to make sacrifices like, yeah, maybe, I'm used to spending this money on myself, but let me put this money away for him. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure his diapers are on point. You know what I mean? Make sure he got his milk, his clothes are on point because that boy growing. I got him his first haircut yesterday, so that's gonna be another expense on the table. You know what I'm saying? Every time I get a haircut, I'm gonna have to bring him with me type shit. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, it's changed, but it's a beautiful thing, man. I got a great son, man. He never gives me trouble. Very peaceful kid. Good boy, man. Like I got the coolest son in the world, man. I say it all the time. And everybody notices it too. They're like, yo, like he don't cry, he don't at all. And my mom said I was the same way. Like I didn't cry, you know what I mean? I would like fuss a little bit, like if I was hungry or tired or whatever. And that's the only time he really complains. You know what I'm saying? So man, I got a blessing on my hands, man. I can't wait to see him. A lot of people be like, yeah, I miss my baby small. I'm really looking forward to seeing my son grow up and become a man. You know what I mean? I can't wait to, you know, help him succeed in life. That's what I'm really looking forward to. The Amazon list actually sold out, J Cash. I had like 40 things on that registry, bro, and they bought it all. So yeah, man. Micah is really loved. Thank God. Dominic TV, what up? He says, salute, salute. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, man. Thank you. He said, I think Frank Martin was quick to react to all those fakes. I think you caught on the last stream that it could be a bad thing. Yeah, bro. Like, I try to tell people that. You know what I'm saying? Because I really come from this shit. So when I see Frank Martin react so crazy to, little movements that Tank was doing, it just lets you know that that's something that's on his mind. Like, Tank's power is something that he's concerned about. You know what I'm saying? And Frank Martin was biting on everything. He was biting on everything, bro. He was very concerned with Tank. And when I said that, they was like, "Oh man, he's just staying on point." Okay, but it's like when Tank ever swing on a nigga outside of a boxing ring? He ever swung on a nigga at a press conference, weigh in, like even outside the ring, like at a fight or something? Has he ever swung on anybody? No. So when he's doing that, why are you assuming that he's gonna do that to you now? I've seen him push people, never seen him swing on nobody outside the ring. So I wouldn't even have bit on that. I'd have been on some Matt Barnes Kobe shit. Fuck you talking about? Go ahead and swing on me. So this fight could get canceled and I could slam you on your neck. He said, shit, I'm not used to being out the gym this much and being at work. Instead, fatherhood is about the sacrifice we don't always get the credit for. Salute to all the pops in here. That's a fact. Yeah, and it's rare if fathers ever get credit for what they do. You know what I mean? Because there's a strong stigma around, parents that, mothers do everything and the fathers don't do anything. A lot of fathers are deadbeats. You know what I mean? So, and then a lot of women have experienced, men who don't do much for their kids. You know what I mean? They'll play a role, and then once the kid comes into the picture, or they break up and have a falling out or something, all of a sudden they leave the mother with the kid to deal with. That's it. You know what I mean? They won't even pay child support, none of that shit. So, men got a lot of they got like a bad image for the most part, and you could tell too because whenever I got my son with me a good amount during the week. You know what I'm saying? I bring him with me to the gym, and they be like, "Oh, you're such a good father. You're such a good father." You know what I'm saying? They be like, "I wish," and then like I've heard women say, "I wish my son's or daughter's father was as active as you." You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, man. Shout out to my boy J Cash with the $5 super chat. He said, "Got to show a little love for missing little man B Day." Oh man, don't even worry about it, man. Don't even worry about it, bro. My son got so much gifts, bro. It was crazy. I didn't have a lot of people show up to the party. I probably only had like 20, 25 people there. Maybe 30. Probably a little less, 25 to 30 people. So it was an alright, John. But I wasn't really tripping because, bro, my mom's basement is filled with gifts, toys, clothes, just everything, bro. Strollers, car seats, just it's you know. J Cash says fathers are important. Kids need that male leadership as they grow into young humans and adults. That's a fact, and I think when fathers are typically missing in these kids' life, man, it shows how emotional they are, and how angry they grow up to be and shit like that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like my dad was active, but there was times where he was in and out of jail and shit like that, and it had an effect on me, man. And I grew up to be an angry child just based off of those little things right there. You know what I mean? But that's a totally different subject, man. Let's get into what's next for Gervonta Davis now. Somebody in the comments did say they would like to. It was Josh. He said that he would like to see unification between him and Loma. I actually like that. You know what I mean? I would love to see Gervonta fight Vasil Lomachenko. You know what I mean? I think that'll be a great fight for unification. You know what I mean? Why not? If not, shit, if you're able to get the Shakur Stevenson fight after he gets out of this top rank deal, that'd be dope too. Then I'm also hearing that, like, you see Ryan Garcia corny ass come in the ring with a shirt that says he's Tank's #1 fan and then rematch me and all this shit. Like, Ryan, you got ongoing and incoming cases. You got an open case with New York State Athletic Commission. You about to have these supplement companies sue you for lying on their fucking name. You know what I'm saying? Because you over here, you purposely contaminating uh fucking supplements, and they're saying, "Oh, it must have came from this," and then you're gonna name the fucking company that the pills came from, and then say that their pills are contaminated with Ostrine. So now these companies are saying, "Yo, like you over here trying to damage our fucking reputation. We don't put no Ostrine in our supplements, and we'll protect our reputation by any means necessary, aka sue." You know what I'm saying? So he got incoming, ongoing cases right now, man. I don't know if he's still getting sued by Prime. He got a lot of shit going on, and you think that you deserve a rematch with Gervonta Davis? Like, bro, you're a fucking cheater, bro. You cheated Devin Haney. You don't even deserve that win on your record anymore. I hope you get a 2 to 3 year suspension. You know what I'm saying? He trying to politic right now, so you know what I mean. If he's able to lock in that rematch with Gervonta and them they'll be able to see past that or just give him like a small suspension so he could go on with his career. Bro, fuck all that. Pack him up, get him the fuck out of boxing for a couple years. Have him start his own league, like he said, where they can all shoot up steroids and, punch on each other type shit. Go ahead and do that. You way better off doing that, bro, because we don't need motherfuckers like you in the sport of boxing. Straight like that. We really don't. A man that purposely uses illegal IVs, smokes marijuana for masked agents, you know what I mean? Coming purposely overweight, saying that it was all strategic. Like we don't need people like you in the sport, bro. There's people that actually die doing this shit. There's people that actually sacrifice their bodies in order to make weight. You know what I'm saying? That might have some uh, health effects later on down the line in their lives. You know what I mean? And he just went against every rule. While Devin really, it's a sacrifice for him to make 40 himself. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't cut any corners. He did what he needed to do. And I see Gary Antoine Russell corny ass. They were sending me the video, and he was talking about how performance enhancement drugs don't improve skill set. I was like, no shit, dumbass. The only thing that improves skill set is like practice, repetition, consistency. You know what I'm saying? That's not the question. How about physical attributes? Because that's not a skill. That's just what you have within you. Speed, cardio, uh, mental fortitude, uh, endurance, whatever the hell you want to call it, quickness. Um, doesn't Ostarine improve that? Like, like why do these dudes go out of their way to just hate on Devin Haney so much that they willing to defend a drug cheat? I've never seen this in my life. As long as I've been in boxing, I've never seen nobody get defended for using performance enhancement drugs like Ryan. Now, God forbid something like that happens with a fighter. Like, let's say Devin Haney gets popped in his next fight, right? Let's say, just say hypothetically speaking, I hope not. Or like Earl Spence or somebody like that, Terrence Crawford, whatever. Are they going to run to their aid for them? You think these boxing fans going to have all these conspiracies for Bud, conspiracies for Earl, conspiracies for Haney? Fuck no. This is a once in a lifetime situation right here, man. Shit crazy, bro. I don't be understanding these dudes, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. There's no room in the sport of boxing for cheating. Shout out to Rudy G's. That's a fact. That's a fact. But I see Ryan Garcia begging Tank for a rematch. I hope Tank never give him the rematch. I also heard Tank talk about that he'll give Isaac Cruz a rematch and all that shit. Man, I hope that's just something that he does later down the line. You know what I'm saying? Cause I think there's bigger fights. I think he got bigger fish to fry. And shout out to Caleb Plant for hitting Ryan Garcia with a beer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why these dudes be playing with Caleb Plant, bro. Like at this point, it's like that white motherfucker. He bout that shit that he be talking about. So I don't know why y'all be going like he's the only one that really tried to slap Canelo. Like if that don't tell you that little white boy got a loose screw, I don't know what the fuck is gonna make you, not. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna make you change your mind. You know what I mean? He slapped the dog shit out Charlo. I heard it was twice. You know what I'm saying? He don't like he really about that shit that he be talking about. Or he say that when he see you, he gonna do something, bro. He's gonna do it. And Ryan Garcia was Saudi, bro. Saudi as hell. Got hit with a whole beer. And that's exactly what he deserves. I don't know why people be playing with Plant. You got to take Plant very serious when he say certain things. That motherfucker, I never even see Caleb Plant laugh before, like in my life. Like out of all the interviews I see, he a cold ass white boy. So I don't even like if he told me he was gonna slap me when he see me, bro. I'm gonna be prepared. There's some people that's like, man, you ain't gonna do nothing. I know you ain't gonna do nothing. Like if one of them Charlos told me they was gonna slap me, oh yeah, all right. You just talking greasy. You ain't gonna do shit. But if Caleb Plant told me that, oh yeah, I'm gonna be ready for that shit. I don't know why they be playing with that boy. They said Plant light skin for real. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely different. Yeah. White bull different. I'm trying to tell you, he get a pass from me though. Like he got my respect is what I'm trying to say. He don't got no pass like fucking saying the N word or anything like that. We don't do none of that around here. But he got my respect for sure. He's staying on business more than a lot of these dudes. A lot of these dudes. And I wish him nothing but success, man. I hope Caleb Plant gets that Berlanga fight, beats the shit out of him. Um, Autumn Jones, man. Autumn Jones. I hope he get the big fights. But let's get into this last topic before I get up out of here, man, because I'm about to go to another party for my son. You know what I mean? My son, mom, about to have a party for my son now, so I'm gonna go check that shit out. Let's talk about Subriel Matias, man. Just absolutely embarrassing performance against Liam Paro. You know what I'm saying? And what my overall opinions were on the situation, man. Subriel Matias, if y'all follow Mazuma TV, man, I'm actually a fan of Subriel, man. I love the fact that he puts on for Puerto Rico. I love his style, excited fighter. You know what I'm saying? And he just signed with Matchroom Boxing not too long ago. And the first opponent that he took on was Liam Paro. Now I knew who Liam Paro was because I seen him fight Montana Love, and I knew that he was game off of the rip. But just watching the fights, I felt like Subriel had it within him to actually defeat Liam Paro. So I was rooting for. I mean, I was under the impression that Subriel was going to defeat Liam Paro. I thought that he had what it took. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I watched the fight, and obviously, as always, just like how a lot of these big punchers do, you know, Subriel starting off slow. And one thing that pisses me off about Subriel is that he'll walk to somebody with a high guard, right? And then he'll let them get punches off, and then they'll step away, and then he'll walk to him. Like he'll let them pile up punches, and he won't even react. You know what I mean? Just blatantly just letting them outwork you. And I really feel like I don't know if Subriel underestimated uh, Liam Paro. I don't know if he just had a lot of pressure on him for fighting in his home country. I don't know what the situation was, but regardless, man, Liam Paro, bro, it shows shades of like Blair and Broner, bro. Like how Broner was just walking to Blair, and Blair was just peppering him with like jabs and left hands and just turning him and just outworking him, while the other dude just decided to be economical. That's what I seen with Subriel, man. Like Subriel wasn't being like he refused to be first. You know what I mean? He refused to be first. When Subriel was letting his hands go, it was beautiful, but it just wasn't a consistent thing. And Liam Paro, one thing that impressed me about Liam Paro and lets me know that he a dog, uh, he stood relaxed when the storm came. You know what I mean? Because Subriel, he was trying to turn it on, but there was certain moments where he was hitting Liam Paro with some shit, and Liam Paro never looked discouraged, and he could tell you to let his hands go, and he never allowed Subriel to like have like moments on his own. You know what I mean? Like if Subriel was throwing a 5-6 punch combination, Liam Paro coming right behind that and throwing his own combinations just to offset, Subriel's momentum. But for the most part, from what I've seen, it didn't even look like Liam Paro was really like sitting down on his punches, anything like that. He was just boxing the man. He was just boxing the man, turning him. You know what I mean? Popping him, turning him, popping him, turning him. It was nothing really complex that Liam Paro was doing. But sometimes simple is better, because at the end of the day, Subriel had no response. Subriel had no response for Liam Paro's, boxing. You know what I mean? And it just let me know that Subriel can't really make adjustments. He is who he is. You know what I mean? He's not a boxer. He's a brawler that has some pop. You know what I mean? Now, I still think that if Subriel would have been more assertive, I think that if he would have just let his hands go more and just been a nonstop aggressor, I think he could have beat Liam Paro. Because I still think that it was close despite I thought it was closer than what these judges made it. You know what I mean? I think one judge had it like 8-4. You know what I mean? I don't know about that. But I don't know, man. I still think that Subriel could have beat the man. He had the wrong approach. He definitely had the wrong approach. And I heard like his corner like being hella optimistic, like just making it seem like Subriel was like in an okay situation. I'm like, yeah, that's not really the case at all, man. It seems like it just seems like he's losing right now. I thought that Liam Paro won the fight comfortably, as much as it hurts for me to say it. Cause I wanted Subriel to pack Liam Paro the fuck up. So with that being known, it's like, what the fuck is next for Subriel Matias now? Because now, he just embarrassed himself in front of his own home country, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, what is it that you can actually do? Because obviously, them Devin Haney, them unification fights just fell out of your hands. You'd be lucky if Liam Paro gives you a rematch. You better hope you have hopefully you had a rematch clause in there. If not, you just asked out. You know what I mean? Now, you better hope that Regis Prograis is still open to fighting you. He just came off of a loss. You just lost. Why not? Why not both of y'all fight? You know what I mean? And whoever wins will put y'all back in title contention. How about that? That's probably the best situation for Subriel right now. Said it looked like Subriel got jumped after the fight. He was just getting peppered, bro. Just getting peppered. Shout out to the boy Loco. He says, before you dip, you see niggas talking crazy about David. What's your take on his performance? For his debut, I think he was cool. Noticeably, did seem to... But I'm like, this is his first fight at 175. Well, just looking over, I heard David had a bad hand injury. You know what I mean? They say he had a bad hand injury and that he had a cut. That he got like in sparring and shit like that. So he definitely had a rough training camp. I think that he clearly won. And you guys gotta understand, like if he's been a career long 168, he goes up to 175. He has a little bit more weight on him. Maybe he needs time to acclimate to the weight. You know what I mean? But y'all gotta understand, Alexander Volzdik, he ain't no slouch. He ain't no slouch at all. Like he's only ever lost to Better Beef. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, this is a man that almost sent Adonis Stevenson to God. You know what I'm saying? So this is a day that he wasn't no joke at all. I think that David Benavidez did well. I do think that he did look a little sluggish in my opinion. I don't know exactly what the reason was. Maybe the injury just held him back just slightly. But I mean, he got the win. He's a WBC interim champ at 175 now. So what the fuck can motherfucker say? I mean, he just put himself in a great position to face the winner of Better Be event and Bivol. Straight like that. I don't know, man. It's like I think a lot of the people that are talking down on David Benavidez and shit like that are like Canelo Alvarez fans. Because you know Canelo Alvarez fans are terrified of Benavidez. So if they see David Benavidez have like a performance that's not like typical or like underwhelming in comparison to his previous performances, they're gonna find a way to talk shit. They be like, "Oh man, after seeing this man, Canelo KOs Benavidez." Okay. So, I don't know. I thought Benavidez did what he needed to do. That's all that really matters for real. Shout out to the boy Ralph. This is gonna be the last comment I read. He says, "I rock with Subriel, but his aura as a boogeyman is gone. But he could build it back up, rematch Paro, and get some good wins at 40." I mean, yeah. I hope if he's able to get that rematch with Liam Paro, I think that he could beat him. You know what I'm saying? I really think he can. He's just gonna have to turn it up. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to turn it up, and he's gonna have to be the Subriel that throw 80, 90 punches around. You know what I mean? Like Liam Paro, he's not gonna go nowhere off like no regular shit. You gonna have to really break that man. You know what I'm saying? He not scared of you. He not scared of your power. Nothing like that. That man has no fear. No fear in Subriel at all. So you just gonna have to beat the dog up out of him. You're gonna have to break that man psychologically. And the only way that you can really do that is just by being who you were previously, bro. Just a come forward, Non-stop, big punching motherfucker. Non-stop work. Need to work non-stop for 12 rounds. Break him up. Not sit there and wait for him to get his punches off and then you respond. Then rock him, sock him, take turns type bullshit. No, you got to switch your approach up a little bit, man. You got to be first. You know what I mean? Bring your hands back. Get up, walk him to them ropes. You got to punish that man for 12 rounds. You know what I mean? But, him versus Regis would be a good fight. You know what I mean? At 140 for the both of them. They both coming off of losses. They both, familiar names at 140. They both former world champs. So why not have them fight each other? You know what I mean? And whoever wins gets back in title contention. I like it. And stylistically, it's a great fight for both. They both will have a chance of beating each other. So why not? Let me see. The Stranger says, can't believe Mayweather dropped that footage. I mean, I could believe it. You know what I mean? Because when he was going through it with Dev and Bill, you know what I mean? He gave Ryan the chopped up footage of Tank punching on Dev. And now that, he going through it with Gervonta, you know what I mean? Now he want to drop the full footage of, Gervonta essentially, quitting in that sparring session with Dev. You know what I mean? He's a hater, bro. Like, what the fuck can we really do or say? That's just who he is, man. You know what I mean? You can't. There's a lot of hate in that man's heart. And ain't no money that ain't no check he'll ever get that'll ever, erase that. That's just who he is. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start getting ready to go check. I'm gonna go kick it with myself for Father's Day and shit like that, man. I hope y'all all have a blessed, beautiful day, man. Hit the like button on the way out. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the nation of the mob for doing their thing and supporting this channel. Although I've been dealing with my health issues, you know what I mean? Y'all still coming around. Y'all still supporting. You know what I mean? Y'all still showing love to the page. So I'm very thankful for you guys just being patient. You know what I mean? Waiting for your boy to bounce back. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful weekend. I'll be back at y'all tomorrow with the new content. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.